Guys, I think this is one of the hardest jobs in all of four-wheel gravely land. Taking this cotter pin out of this lift rod. This was a mower deck lift rod, but the same thing happens with the snowplow lift rods as well. And something happens and like your cotter pin basically bends when it's in that hole. You see how it's got that curve to it? And it becomes really hard to take out. I've had some that I had to take a cutoff wheel, and when it's in there, I basically had to whack off both sides here in order to get it out. So if anyone has any tips on to prevent this from happening, I'd love to hear it. I've heard guys say you got to put a washer on there and then your pin. I've never been able to get a washer to fit in there, but I have one that I drilled this hole a little bit bigger on. There's not a lot of meat here between the end. Put a more beefier pin in with the hope that it wouldn't bend, and it still bends. Check out how this mower deck lift rod works. Somebody built a little chain on there with like an eye hook type of thing. Just kind of funny. No rod at all, just a chain. Someone put this big eye hook right down to the deck on this side. Some good redneck engineering for sure. Work on the 8162T. First thing we're going to do is take the battery out. We're going to use the Dremel with the cutoff wheel to cut the pin off the lift pin on the mower deck so we can take the deck off. Alright, so I got the wires off. This is the weirdest thing. There was one here on the side post and one on the top post. Probably not a bad idea that you use a side post, but it wouldn't hit the hood, but this would hit the hood still. So we got to take this high-tech battery hold-down system off that's made out of a bungee cord here. And this thing has rigged up stuff in every place you can imagine. So there we go. That's out of there. Let's see if we can lift this thing off. Of course, this big post here is covering where you would pivot up the handle to carry it. Let's see if I can get it loose with this pair of pliers maybe. Yeah, there we go. That's not a big deal. Alright. So there's a piece of hardwood floor that was under the battery. That's a first. Nice piece of oak. Alright, let's see if we can get this stupid pin out. It's down there in a spot that's really hard to get to, but it's about my only chance is to cut it with this thing, I think. So give it a shot. Alright, so I got one side cut off here, the side that's here, and I'm going to try to pound it out the back. I don't know if it's going to work. I might have to cut the other side off too. Well, the trusty Dremel got the trick done, guys. I got it out. So now we just got to pull this deck off the tractor, and then it will be a lot easier to work on. So I noticed some other screwed up things on this tractor. Apparently somebody welded the kingpin to the steering arm over here, and the same thing on the other side. I don't know what they were smoking, but they just totally destroyed that. Alright, so I got the deck out from this thing. Let's take a look at this deck. About every aspect of it is trashed. Let's see, it has Weld Repairs here. It had this stupid lift rod that's homemade. These pieces back here are all totally trashed. It's completely rotted out all around the front. The skid on the side is broken off the bottom. It's totally rusted out in the back. All globs of weld all around this thing from every different direction. The piece that you use to lift it, to change the height setting, even that's broken off. Over here you can see where it was rubbing the frame and just about to wear right through the thing. So this thing is going to the scrap yard. What we'll do is we'll take off the gearbox, we'll take off the covers and the spindles and everything, and the rest of it is shot. So let's see if we can just flip it over and check out the bottom. Now it does have this baffle across the back, which is nice because I have a deck shell that's like really nice, but it's missing this baffle. So maybe I can cut this baffle out and weld it into the other deck. Let's look at how hammered this thing is, man. Look at this. This is really bad. You can see where it's totally rotted out up here in the front. They put washers on there to hold the carrier on top of it. Even the spindles are rotted out. That is big time shot ski. Blades are really bad. That one spins. That one's locked solid. That one spins. But yeah, this thing is beat, man. It's got Swiss cheese right through the front. Yeah. The wheels have like no bearings left in them. So that thing's shot, guys. But let's get this out of the way and we can focus on this tractor and trying to get it to run and drive.